builds now after the initial divergence. Both look like they're going to be going for fairly standard mid-game Terrans builds, which is dropship, tank, Goliath, and this really will last until the end of the game, pretty much. That's generally what Terran versus Terran turns out to be, unless someone goes crazy and gets battle cruisers, but that doesn't occur for at least 20 minutes into the game. And looks like now Flash is gonna. Looks like he's going to pause in his front door. C's going to, meanwhile, push up a little bit. Flash looks like he had researched something else, perhaps Charon upgrade, possibly Spider Mines. We'll have to see. It looks like now the dropship from C coming up. We'll see where C decides to land this. If he tries to go for a cliff attack here, Flash certainly will have spotted him, and he has that supply depot up there, so he won't be able to do that much good. Looks like he's just going to try to kill his commands, the supply depot, and then move up his tanks to the position where he can shell the natural expansion. And it looks like now he will be walking up there, but Flash, of course, really knows what's going to happen here. It looks like both players dropping tanks on the ridge here. Wow, it looks like neither player has vision. Flash is going to gain vision with that dropship there, and now he's gonna, looks like, pick off, wow, good drop there with Goliaths. I think he's gonna pick off all of C's forces here on this ridge. It looks like the Goliaths will pick him off. Wow, great play by Flash with his first dropship coming out of nowhere and basically destroying all of C's forces. Another little quick drop here on C's tank, and wow, this game has swung firmly in Flash's hands now. C is in big trouble here. He's lost his entire army, his entire strike force without doing an iota of damage to Flash, and now Flash, looks like it looks like C is actually going to expand for a second time now, taking the 9 o'clock position. It'll be interesting to see whether he can hold it or not, though. And meanwhile, Flash continued to build what looked to be dropships from that starport. 4 factories for both players, so their production levels should be pretty much even at this point. And it'll be up to Flash to go and push forward, I think. I think Flash will be able to push forward soon. He's bringing a lot of SCVs out to scout also. Notice that. Always a hallmark of a good player is to just continuously scout for expansions. Wow, four SCVs out for Flash scouting. That's just a very vigilant, a sign of very vigilant play by Flash there. Flash, you see now with 2 dropships. And, of course, towards the middle of the game, dropship count will be very important in Terran versus Terran because it determines how many forces you can bring to bear on a single focal point. And looks like they're tied at 2 right now. If one side gets a significant advantage, they could win the game just through that, pretty much. And it looks like 3 for Flash. Looks like now's Flash 3 for C. Flash going for an attack at the 9 o'clock position. This is what I meant. I think it's going to be relatively hard for C to hold it. C needs to hold this, though, or else he'll fall even farther behind the game. Looks like he's sieged in a very good position, though. His two dropships reinforcing, and I think he's going to manage to take out Flash's forces here. It looks like Flash actually picking up some of his Goliaths to protect him. Now actually dropping them off next to the tanks. Good play by Flash. It's a very good micro there. It looks like he might actually be able to pick off that inside tank. And if that inside tank dies, C's going to be in huge trouble here. Looks like he picks up that tank, so good dropship micro there by C. But 1 Goliath left with a sliver of health, and that will actually stop C from saving his expansion, I feel. I think that expansion is going to go down now, and with it, I think C's prospects for winning, because he's just lost 2 armies now, and now his second expansion will probably die, unless he can get this reinforcing force to come in. He's bringing in SCVs to attack the sieged up tanks. He needs to hold this, and looks like Flash is going to drop everything there, and looks like they're just going to polish off these advancing SCVs, so C falling farther and farther behind. I would almost say this is a good game here, but he looks like he's managing to save this expansion, but for how long? Because Flash is once again dropping right on top of his tanks. Absolutely great dropship control by Flash here, and Flash showing why he's just so unstoppable against all races, and in this case, unstoppable against Terran players, and looks like he will definitively finally pick off this command center and take the lead. Flash is now taking an expansion at his 3 o'clock position. He's destroyed every force that C has brought to bear against him, and this is Flash's way of victory, of course. Flash generally doesn't go for the all-in attack on someone's main and try to go for an all-or-nothing attack. He generally does go for this sort of expansion denial play, and he just does it so well, killing off the other players' expansions, destroying their forward forces, and at the end, developing an overwhelming lead against them and just crushing them under his 16-year-old heel. And really, I mean, looking at the food counts, I believe it's 100 for Flash and 85 for C, so bigger army for Flash and a better economy. C C now putting up turrets around his base to prevent against a drop. I wouldn't say C is completely out of this game, but he certainly is quite far behind at this point. And Flash will just be able to macro better and probably micro better than C too. So far we've seen just better control from Flash than C has. And it looks like 3 dropships coming up for Flash here. Going quite close to his base, and C once again trying to set up that 9 o'clock expansion. Of course, that is quite a fruitful expansion if you can get it. It does have 2 mineral patches, and it looks like Flash is now gathering his forces. 4 dropships for him, and he does have a superior army to C. 85 to 125 food count, I believe, is the disparity between his 2 players. And Flash, with his scouting, is going to try to find every possible expansion that C has, just to make sure he doesn't have a hidden expansion or anything fishy going on there. And it looks like now he's about to drop on the 9 o'clock once again. C stubbornly trying to take this expansion again. Looks like he's getting a couple of shops off on those dropships, so Flash is not going to let him kill them. I highly doubt he's going to be able to do anything like that. And really, at this point, I'm just waiting for Flash to basically stomp on C and end this game. Sadly for C, at this point in the mirror match, even if it's Terran versus Terran, which tends towards longer games, it's very hard to survive and win when you've lost 2 of your bases. When you've lost your base already and 2 of your armies, and it looks like, yeah, finishing blow is going to come from Flash now, dropping a huge army here of tanks and Goliaths, and just pounding away at C's remaining forces. C has 1 tank remaining, and I expect C to GG at any second now. He has no forces left. He's going to lose this expansion, and C, by the way, is 1-1 in his group. He will now be 1-2 in his group, and Flash, by winning this game, will be 3-0 in Group A, which pretty much means he's going to qualify. I don't know about the math yet, but yeah, I think that means he's going to qualify no matter what. Yeah, that is going to mean he's going to qualify no matter what for the round of 8, and of course that probably wouldn't come as a surprise, or won't come as a surprise to many of you, but it's good to see Flash in the round of 8, of course. He deserves it. And Flash with 0 facial expressions, just dispatching another foe here, and really just doing it. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, in Korean it seems like he's qualified to the round of 8 here, and just really doing it effortlessly. That's the thing. In the games I've watched of Flash so far in the series, well, I've only casted him against Rock, but I also watched him against GG Play. He's just been destroying his opponents at absolute ease, and considering that these are the top 16 players and they're very well-known players, I wonder who can stop him, if anyone. So anyway, going on to Group B now. Hope you enjoy this commentary. This is Cholera signing off.